Let's get ready to fail! I clicked the wrong screen. It's us! Hello, welcome to SciFiAIguy Plays. It's me, it's Justin.
Hey!
Tonight we are playing... Do you hear that? Do you hear some weird flickering noises? We're playing... That's right! Really? You're not gonna... Oh, of course. I can't use my hotkeys while... okay. Arena stops me using hotkeys. They must be bound to something. That's annoying. It's thrown my flow completely. That's fine.
We are playing Magic. It'll be great.
We're playing Magic, yes. So tonight's special is what we're calling Mates in One. This was Justin's idea. Sorry, the whole thing is my idea. The whole thing is my ridiculous idea.
But I came up with the pun.
The good title is Justin's idea. So please, if nothing else, remember him for that.
This is pretty much how we wrote that screenplay.
Yeah.
You wrote all of it, and then I added puns.
Oh, good puns. Good puns. That's how we wrote it. That's how we wrote a screenplay. So we're here. We're going to be playing first MtG Arena for about an hour, and then we're going to play chess on chess.com. What's different about how you might at home play MtG Arena or chess is we're going to take it in turns to play a singular game, and we're not going to confer on what our overall strategy is. I'm quite experienced playing Magic. I've realised I've been playing it off and on for almost 20 years.
Uh-huh.
And Justin is much more experienced at playing chess. I know the rules and played it a little bit in primary school and basically haven't since. No, I played chess with friends when that was big, when there was the chess with friends boom. And I remember
right.
I would promise myself that I wouldn't submit a move on nights that I was drinking. And then I would be drinking and my phone would go ping and I would just be like, yeah! And I would just completely ruin... I would tank games immediately while trashed.
Fantastic.
Because of the magic of apps.
Well, now you get to tank games and it affects both of us. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
But it's against a computer. We can actually undo moves in this game.
Really?
Yes, I shouldn't have told you that.
No, but we can't do that.
We're
not allowed. We're not allowed. Justin, tell me about... Oh, okay, so I know you have feelings about what we're going to be doing tonight. Let's go through that first. How do you feel about tonight's...
Terror.
Okay.
No, I'm really excited.
You mean terroir, where like the regions where things are? Sorry, I know that word.
Is that in Magic?
No. No, it
okay.
isn't.
Because the thing that the main difference between the game that you're going to be playing and the game I'm going to be playing is I'm not going to set out a chessboard and be like, by the way, this is a new piece that was introduced in the last year.
Fair. Fair.
That I think is going to be the big challenge for me,
so
is simply understanding what all the cards do. Like, I've played maybe 5 or 6 games of Magic in my life, ever, and they've all been with you.
Yeah, and you've played them well.
I haven't done terribly, but this is going to be a different experience.
It is. So they haven't done any big... There's been no big drops, no big updates to chess in the last few decades, or hundreds of years. How old is chess?
Hundreds of years, yes.
Okay.
There have been updates to chess. So chess is one of the world's oldest games. I didn't know that I was going to be doing a profile.
No, that's all right. Like, you don't have to do much.
It is one of the world's oldest games. There are a couple of rules that were introduced in chess. So the idea of castling was added after chess was originated.
I know that rule.
Yep. The idea of a pawn moving 2 spaces as well as 1 was introduced after chess started out.
Oh.
And the idea of en passant, which is basically the reaction to a pawn moving 2 spaces. Those, I think, are all the updates to the chess meta.
Yeah.
They're like the 4 phases. Oh, and they also introduced new rules about how the game, like how you can have draws and stuff like that. So,
I
like,
see.
numbers of repeated moves that qualify as a draw in a tournament or something.
I was going to say, yeah, so these are rules that have been introduced because chess is a competitive thing.
Yeah.
It's not just kitchen table chess where you might decide at some point that the game's over, let's just start fresh.
Yeah, so there's like additional rules that have been added in it, like being formalized into a kind of competition. That's because, otherwise tournaments would last forever. You could have chess game because you don't have... In a lot of games, you don't have a time limit on how much time you have to make a move. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. But generally, chess has not had all that many updates, whereas I don't understand all the words on this page.
Yeah, so if it helps, so Magic I've played, as I said, for almost 20 years because I got into it around 7th edition, which apparently was 2001. I had to look that up. I didn't know that it was released then, but there you go. I knew it was when I was in high school. And I stopped playing for a long time, and then I got back into it, and most of what I play these days is online, because Arena is really good, and because Blizzard sort of, shat the bed politically about a year ago now, and I sort of jumped ship, and I've been on Arena ever since, and I've been very pleased. So lots of cards come out all the time, especially on Arena, where they can just do that. They don't have to worry about printing costs, it's just digital.
Yeah.
But I typically don't mess around with that stuff. I mainly play what is in Standard, which is to say I play Brawl. Yes, they're going to be cards you're unfamiliar with, but you know the shell of Magic. You understand the basics. So let's have a test game, because I want to show you. You know what? Let's turn this down a bit for us, and actually, everybody else. If the game is actually a bit loud, let me know, because the music can be a little insistent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just. We could actually afford to go down one more. Very fine grained distinctions here.
Sure.
Yeah, everybody let us know how it's mixed. By the way, Combi, welcome. Welcome, good friend.
Game down a bit, please, from Crafty.
Yeah. Cool, easy done.
Oh, I should mention...
Actually, let me leave this up here, and let me actually turn the game itself down, because
Sure.
the desktop audio, I should try and leave consistent from stream to stream.
Yeah.
But what I should be mixing is games themselves, but that's fine.
I
learn more. Sorry, please.
I was just going to say that after a recent stream, Crafty said that I should... actually told me what pronouns I should use.
Oh, yes.
Because my default position is just to use they, them pronouns. So if anyone in chat has like a pronoun other than they, them they want me to use, I will use that. Please let me know. That's just a thing I wanted to chuck out, because I've been meaning to say that.
Yeah. I'm going to keep this because I want the 750. This is just maintenance. Okay, so we're playing Brawl. Let me tell you about Brawl. I have played Commander with you a few times. We have played one-on-one Commander for kicks. We have played Commander in a larger game that one time.
Yes, we did.
And you're aware of the basic rules, I believe, of how Commander is different to normal Magic, which is to say you have a Commander. The Commander's colour identity dictates the building of the deck. You don't need to worry about that. We're not building any decks. But
I understand what's in the deck based on the colour of the Commander.
Exactly.
So yes.
You cast your Commander from the command zone, which is a separate zone. And every time you recast it from the command zone, it costs 2 extra mana. So it is a card you have constant access to at an increasing price.
And I have the choice of moving it back to the command zone or back to my hand... back to the command zone of the graveyard.
If it changes zones, you get to say it goes back to the command zone instead.
Gotcha. So if it was bounced to my hand, I could say it goes to the command zone.
Yes. I mean, if it was bounced to your hand, you would keep it in the hand, because that's more convenient. But yeah, if it was going to the graveyard, if it was going to be shuffled back in, if it was going to be exiled... that's when you would choose to put it in the command zone. There are cards that... I'll deal with that in a moment, but there are exile cases where the rules have changed slightly recently.
So this looks like a good hand to keep from my mind, because you have a bunch of land and a bunch of creatures. Is that
for this deck? For other decks, yes. For this deck, no. So I'm showing Justin today, we're going to be playing with a more ridiculous deck than this. I wanted to show Justin an aggro deck, so that the game goes quick, and so it is not the same strategy, and thus does not teach Justin too much about what I'm about to
Now, I can see that Brash Taunter and Ember Cleave are both very high mana cost, so you're not going to want those on opening
I'm definitely keeping this one. So
really? 2
things. One, Brawl on Arena has a free mulligan.
Okay.
So this cost me nothing to click mulligan again. And
so this second one will only cost you 1 card.
Oh,
the first card.
Yeah, this won't cost me anything because the first mulligan was free, so I get to keep this 7.
If you were to mulligan again, it would only cost you 1 card.
But I will be keeping 7. This is an aggro deck, so I've got an early creature, and I'm happy with that. And
cool.
This has a cost reduction. So Embercleave is never pay retail for Embercleave.
All right. Okay, cool. I'm gonna need to read some text on cards.
Yeah. The basics of Magic that you know: there are lands. You throw them out, and then you tap them to generate mana to cast spells. All of this is true. And you played Hearthstone as well, so a lot of this is I'm assuming, visually very familiar. The language is the same.
Now, did you hit anything to end your turn then?
No, it was all automatic.
It just decided you couldn't... Okay.
Because there was nothing more that I could legally do.
It just decided your turn's over.
Yeah, now this...
That's useful, because then I won't, Is there a timeout, kind of?
Yeah, so you'll see here there's a little...
Game could go down a little more.
A little more? Okay.
Sorry, so there's a timeout, in the corner. Is that like you can put someone on the clock?
So what this is this is how many timeouts I've earned. If you complete a turn in, I believe, under 30 seconds... Okay, it turned out this game was hot garbage, but that's fine. This is just me showing you how the game works. If you complete a turn, or enough turns quick enough, you start to earn more time for future turns.
Okay.
If you are swift in early turns, which are almost always quick, because that's just how the game works, you have the luxury of more time later. So you're aware of the rope in Hearthstone that burns down?
Yes.
This means many ropes, so we've earned one here.
Okay.
So it means if we get a timeout, then we get an extra, 30 seconds, 20... I'm not sure what the time is, but we will accrue time if we are quick without early turns.
Okay.
I really wanted to... So this commander is difficult to cast. Red, red, white, white.
Yes.
And I was hoping to cast it this turn. It's ridiculous because it randomly has protection from everything except one number.
Good.
It's Achilles, right? The Achilles heel is it's from the Greek set. So we're just going to throw down a Sky Knight Vanguard. We're going to attack with the Healer's Hawk. So you're familiar with the phases of a turn in Magic? Vaguely?
Loosely. I don't know. I know that it has an incredible turn cycle in terms of there's so many interrupt steps that you could theoretically have.
There's a lot of fine-grained distinctions.
Effectively, it has...
getting absolutely roasted here on white. That's fine. We're going to...
Yeah, so you would expect to be drawing more white.
See,
I don't know the build of this deck, but I'm assuming you've got a fairly even distribution.
Yeah, this is just bad luck.
White and red mana.
See how this cost is reducted?
Yeah.
Its cost is reduced by the amount of attacking creatures you have, and it has flash. You can cast it at instant speed.
Oh, wow. So while they're attacking, before damage, you could then cast it?
And it gives them +1/+1, double strike, and trample. I lose a lot to Embercleave. Everybody does. But I have 5 mana, so I'm playing this indestructible goblin. Again, this is all just... These cards won't be present in our following game.
No, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of strategy you're using.
Yeah, for sure.
And also what kind of strategy we might use, because it might be that you're trying to play very quick turns so I can play very slow turns.
Yeah.
Just in terms of the
they're gonna
external.
This. They've left all this mana open. They couldn't cast their commander because Nicol Bolas here has...
Or they have nothing and they're bluffing.
No, there's no way. They have a lot of blue. I mean, it's possible. Like, make them have it, as they say. So, I've got a few options here. I should probably just... I don't want them to counter Embercleave. I'm actually okay with them countering my... Am I okay with that? No,
well, then the 2 extra mana would still be all the mana
you know what? If I do it this way, I can... So, alright. You can click lands to tap the mana. There's an auto-tap function, which is what I've been using.
Right.
Which is where you just drag and it will select lands for you and show you what it's going to tap. But I wanted to keep 2 red open for Embercleave. So when this comes into play, I put a 1/1 counter on target creature I control. They're going to counter this.
Yep. That makes sense.
Unless what they left up was a counter spell that targets specifically legendary spells, which is, what I think they were going for here.
Okay, so they had an opportunity to counter it, but they didn't?
Yeah, which means either they don't have a valid counter spell or they're waiting for something else to happen. Maybe they know about Embercleave. Are they going to bounce the Brash Taunter?
Maybe they're stream sniping.
Maybe they're stream sniping. It happens. Okay. See, because they tap that, I won't be able to play Embercleave this turn. Because I'll be attacking with 3 creatures, not 4.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
You're still going to attack with all of them, though?
Oh, of course. This is an aggro deck.
So...
I'm taking... that's amazing. I forgot about that. This generates an attacker.
Oh. That's fun.
Get shit on. Alright, let's pop it on the...
Cool.
Let's pop it on this one, because I want this to survive.
Well,
Good times. We are losing some frames, Are we losing frames, or are we just... I think it's just an intensive stream. This is the magic of Magic. So, we're losing a lot of time to this demonstration, but, that's fine. We're here to have fun. The phases of the turn. We've got your...
well, the good thing is that the chess can be a lot quicker if we want, because it's just against a computer.
Oh, that's true.
So this could actually take up the bigger half.
Ah, shit, Fighters of Dimension. Well, that sucks for us. Unless they're dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they're just dead. I don't know why they aren't anymore. I'm going to click View Battlefield so we can go back to the battlefield and I can show you the space you'll be clicking in.
Okay.
So, phases of the turn. You've got the upkeep and draw step, all happens automatically. You've got your first main.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your combat, which doesn't have a little symbol, because they're here. You've got your second main, and then you've got your end step. The reason these are here is because... And it says stop. If I click stop, it means when it gets to their first main, it will, if there's something I specifically want to do there, it will stop there.
Yeah.
Because there are parts of the turn it won't stop on, unless you ask it to. Because it's trying to smooth the experience out for players.
That makes sense.
You don't want to be clicking OK all the time, right?
This actually is kind of helpful in tutorializing it for me, because unless I have a very specific thing that I want to do, it will just skip to the part of the turn where I'm likely to want to do it.
And if there's something you could be doing, like if you've got an instant in hand and the mana available to cast it, you will be clicking OK a lot, because at every available point you could cast... I mean, at almost every available point, it almost always just skips by upkeep and draw. There are some times when you want to do something on your opponents on your own, but like it's rare, so they don't bother. But yeah, on the end step, in combat, the individual parts of combat are here.
Yep.
Because there's like individual phases in combat that need to be dealt with.
But generally, the game is expecting... Like, there's nothing in the deck that you've chosen for us, which, again, I've never seen, that is particularly janky in that way.
Not...
Like, set up for a...
No. There's a deck that I was running for a while there that would have my opponent discard cards, and then, if possible... put a stop in their draw step. So after they draw, but before it goes to their main phase, make them discard that card. And I could do that turn after turn.
Yeah, so that would be something where you'd interrupt their draw step.
Yeah.
Okay.
They would draw the card and I would get rid of it.
This is a good example for me. A person that does not know. I mean, I know the structure of Magic.
Yeah.
This is going to be a lot.
So we're going to be playing the Urian Brawl deck. So this commander... you know what? Oh, let's double click here.
I'll be able to see it when it's in my hand. Why are we looking at it now?
Just a little quick squiz.
How are we going to do the mulligan in terms of taking turns?
Yeah, so that's something else we need to talk about. So I'll just leave this up here so that people can read it. Ignore the companion line. We're ignoring that. So I was thinking I'll take care of the mulligan to set us up with the best chance of success. Less chance of a non-game, right?
Okay.
And I think... I feel okay being like, I take the first turn and then you take the second, and so forth and so on.
I think you taking the first turn makes sense.
That... You know what? I don't care if we lose. Do you
That's
care
true.
if we lose?
So long as we lose quickly.
Oh, look, there are people who might see that this is a Urian Brawl deck and concede immediately. There are people who might see us do something interesting in a couple turns and...
In which case, that's a win. And we've won, and we can go play chess.
Yeah. All right. Let's. Do we want some foley?
Oh, do you want to do some synchronized? I don't think we've done that. We're playing. This is Mates in 1.
I would like to thank Good Round Boy and Staircase Witch for donating these. Well, I mean, I paid money. You know.
Competitive foley.
Wait, 1, 2, 3. That's how MTG games start in Australia. I play this every morning.
Deadly Touch is an off-brand Death Touch.
Alright. Gadwick the Wiser.
That's just a magic joke for those of you that...
for those of you that are magicians.
Those of you that don't know.
So, fun tooltip. If you right-click on a card, it pops up on the left here.
Interesting. So now that companion text is gone.
Yeah, because we didn't meet the requirements. It's a mechanic we're not bothering with. So, here's their commander.
Whenever you cast a blue spell... Tap target non-land permanent an opponent controls. Yeah. Okay, so they're just going to get to say no to a bunch of things we do when it's summoned.
It kind of appears to be... okay, cool. Yeah. Couple early casts, some late game action, sufficient mana.
Oh, Tranquil Cove is... Okay, that's blue and white.
Yeah, cool. Well, I mean, you know, I've vaguely moused over these cards, so you know what they do now,
yeah? I know I can't cast the 8.
Correct. Oh, shit. Notice how that came out before we did anything?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, good game.
Yeah.
Do we concede now, or do we wait?
It was mono blue. They were going to be doing a lot of stuff on our turn anyway. Oh, Okay, I'm not going to react to any cards that we draw. I don't want to signal to Justin whether they're good or not. I'm going to throw down the Strength Cove and it will pass the turn. This is the stack over here, by the way.
Okay, so now its turn will be my turn.
Yes. I was also thinking what we should do. See, they just. I mean, they could anyway. So if you give me back the mouse, I was thinking it's.
I was just reading cards, man.
Actually, no. Okay, no. You read cards. Because I was thinking that maybe it would be you would play the turn and then you play the opponent's turn, because it's not like Hearthstone, you have to be doing stuff on the opponent's turn. But giving you a chance to read cards is a good idea.
That's true. When it enters, you may return another target creature you control. That's not useful. Island, we probably want to have one. Okay, so we just play cards like this.
Click and drag, yep.
Cool. Cool.
And next takes you through to the next phase.
So when it enters, I don't control another target creature, so I don't think that would be useful to do. But I don't know. Oh, I didn't actually look at the... Oh, that would have actually been alright to have a blocker up.
That flies.
That flies.
The creature we have doesn't fly. Their opponent, the creature across the board flies. You can tell two ways. One, it's actually floating.
It's got like a wing here.
And it's got a little wing thing.
Should I do an end turn then?
Yes. If that's all you're going to do, then yes.
That is a limit.
Cool. So...
You can play it on your turn. Yeah, it has flash, doesn't it?
Yes. Good catch.
So you can play it whenever the hell you want.
Mm-hmm. That's true. The real question is, will I?
It's not a mistake for me not to play it, because if it was a mistake, you can now play it whenever. You can just fix it up by playing it whenever the hell.
So, is this how we want to do it? Where
I think we're dropping frames.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
But that's
Skip
okay.
frames detected 88% over the last 2 minutes. Okay, yeah, we're losing a lot.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, the turn technique wasn't over because they were doing stuff. This is going to be really annoying because of the ley line of anticipation. They're just going to be doing stuff.
That's fine.
All right.
So.
Yeah, so we need to figure out what counts as a turn that we play.
I reckon we play the turn. I don't know if it's your internet good round or if it's
it's
yeah. So I reckon I reckon that you play the opponent's turn and then the turn that you're going to play.
Okay.
And I'll play the opponent's turn that follows that.
Okay.
And then that turn. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. Yeah.
We just have to pick one of those ways.
So once you click to pass the turn, you pass the mouse as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way of thinking of that. Yeah, I had it reversed, but both are valid. Okay. Look what I did.
Yeah, so we're dropping a lot of frames.
Yeah.
Maybe we can turn down like resolution or something.
The graphics are already down the lowest setting.
Ooh, deputy of 10 Rian.
See how they glow when you can play them?
Yeah. It does look like 10 Rian.
I'm going to shoot for this. So I'm going to pop it over here so you can read the full glory. They're going to counter it, so get a good read in now.
Yeah, with the same name as that.
Oh!
And now you're getting rid of the one that means everything's got flash.
Yep.
So they might play something with flash using that, but they can't counter the ability now that it's down.
Of course they can counter the ability with specific stuff.
Okay.
Specific spells in general.
Okay, so now it's my turn.
Yes, of course.
And of course I can do nothing because all that matters to me.
Yeah. God, this is going to be so funny because I'm going to leave mana open for something and then hand you the mouse.
Yep. Oh. Choose blockers. Do I want to? No, I don't think I want to block. No blocks, please. Because Dad,
we're skipping like 9. We're skipping a lot of frames.
We're skipping just too much.
I think after this game we might have to move to chess, unfortunately. If it's not watchable.
Yeah. There's no way that we can play it on like a reduced quality.
I'll try. Let me just do some stuff. But like it's on the lowest setting. Like it doesn't get any
lower resolution or something.
I don't. Yeah. I'm gonna have to fuck with this as well then. So after this match, because these matches go for a while. Okay.
Also, is it my turn?
No, it's yeah, it would be. Yeah. Of course. Sorry,
okay.
I confiscated the mouse.
When it enters, that sounds like a good thing to play. I'm gonna play that. I don't know if I'm supposed to. But oh, it doesn't. It has to. Okay. Can I?
There's no undo.
No. I just thought there was. I thought that. Oh yeah, that won't untap.
Yeah.
So. That one. Okay, I'm just gonna tap that one. I'm just picking one. Did that work? I don't.
Oh yes, sorry.
Sorry, I'm finding
okay.
it difficult to understand both the control system and the thing. Also, I don't think I've played mana for turn.
You have not.
Probably should have played it before now. But
It's alright.
but I've confused them, and that's the main thing.
Well,
I may as well attack. Hang on. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with attack.
and then click one attacker to confirm.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and now it's attacking.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast. Yeah, that's okay. If the audio is consistent, at least that is something. We can narrate what's happening. Basically, I've been making expert plays consistently, and yeah. So just everything's off, right?
I don't know enough, and I don't want to start screwing around with things mid-game. Right, I can drop this. I don't want to drop it too low, otherwise you literally won't be able to read anything. But I don't think this is going to help with the frames. Now I've got to resize this. Sorry, opponent.
Skipped frames detected 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's possible. Has no one been seeing any frames?
Maybe.
Okay, we have...
Cool, alright. Well, good thing we didn't have anything on tap there. Oh, Meowling.
Okay.
So this is a Planeswalker.
Yeah.
Which you're vaguely familiar with because you've seen Commander Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
So right now it's on 4. It has...
So is it our turn, sorry?
Yes.
Okay.
Just say it's my turn.
Yes.
So they've lowered that. Well, bare minimum. So you choose to attack Planeswalkers or opponents.
Yes.
And they can block accordingly. Obviously, hitting Planeswalkers is good in that it reduces their loyalty. If their loyalty goes to 0, Planeswalker goes away. I'm going to throw down Farsa, who... I was going to say more, but that would be bad.
Devotion to blue is... This is a rules question.
Yes.
Devotion to blue is how much blue mana we have.
How many blue pips are in the casting cost of permanents you have. Luckily, this number here...
tells us.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. I don't need to know what to do. So, okay. We have not...
Here's your mouse.
It was unsubstantiated.
So if you go to their graveyard... Yep.
Okay. So it was returned to our hand. That's okay. That's okay, because we can play it again.
You can.
Bow to the howling winds.
But something different that
Oh, God.
What on earth? Teferi?
Yeah, very, very good.
I didn't quite see Teferi before.
This isn't my first time being the hero.
Oh, take 2 extra turns doesn't seem great.
Yeah, if we could avoid that.
Okay,
For them.
Yeah.
Also, that top, it has a static ability. So that line at the top doesn't cost them anything. That's always true.
Activate on any player's turn anytime you could cast an instant. Jeez.
Yeah,
So we want
good.
to take him down quickly.
Yeah, unfortunately his loyalty abilities during our turn may get in the way of that. But, you know, that's we're all learning.
There's a copy of any artifact or an enchantment. That's an enchantment.
Apparently the frames aren't as bad.
Oh, sick. Okay.
I
People can see it just as I destroy all creatures. Is that a creature? No, it's a planeswalker. Foolish. You may return. Oh goodness. We have life gain at least. I'm struggling here.
Yep.
But that's kind of the point. I'm gonna.
Ah, yes, the commander.
I could do that. Look, I'm just gonna do stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm gonna copy that one, I guess. Is that a thing that I can
That is a thing you can do. That is an enchantment, and thus can be copied.
How is it? Is it not letting me...
No, it's... Okay, now you select object to copy. It's just,
Okay.
it's lagging a bit.
That's okay.
There's some delay, unfortunately.
When it enters the battle, so it's now entered the battlefield.
Yep. So now you get to scry 2. You get to reorder these cards and put them to the bottom of the library if you wish, or leave them on top.
When it enters the battlefield, look at the top of that cards, where X is the devotion to blue. Oh, crap. I'm gonna... How do I put it to the bottom? That goes to the bottom?
Yep. And then just in time.
So now we know that's there.
Yeah.
Christ. Those are both tapped, so we can attack. That one can't attack though because it doesn't have.
It can attack, but it's not going to do anything.
Okay, so I'm going to. Well, I can go. That one attacks.
Yep. So click that, and then click your
and then
target.
That one.
And then they will almost certainly do something in response. But this, yeah.
But I have to attack Teferi, I believe.
It's a good idea to. Yeah. I will give you that information. Let's just hit next here.
And I don't think there was anything else I could cast apart from the
My defense had an imperfection.
Okay. So now you're in your second main.
And we haven't played any mana for turn. So I'm going to play that now because we didn't have any.
Yep.
And that is... Can we do anything now?
You can sacrifice that to scry again. And that can happen whenever.
So scry would mean we draw this.
It doesn't mean you draw. You just look at the top two.
Oh, you just look at it. Sorry.
Yeah.
The first time it draws.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else that I want to do though, so I'm just going to end my turn.
Alright.
And give that to you and Arg. Okay, so we've skipped 25% of frames.
Okay.
So we've got 3/4 of a string going at the moment.
Well, while they're having their turn, we have very little to do.
Frig is going
I'm going to shrink this another step and see what that does for us. So the breeding might get a little trickier if it's two.
That's fine.
This is fine.
I have good eyes.
Oh, that's
that's the wrong one.
This is how the sausage is made.
Welcome inside the factory.
Shit! All right. Sorry, everyone. It's gonna be you're gonna lose a little bit on the edge there, but you know what? That's on you.
Okay, they're playing.
They're activating.
Yangling.
They're activating its ability. They're making a void. I'm gonna let that resolve. You know what? Who doesn't like a void?
Jeez.
Yeah, so as far as matchups go, this was not a good starter for us.
I've got that sense. I feel like the plays that I'm making aren't awful because they're literally interacting with the game in any way.
Exactly.
But I don't actually know whether there's stuff that I could be doing instead of the stuff that I'm doing that actually does have an impact on the game.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that because of certain card matchups, there just isn't. But I may just be wrong. And I've missed things.
Oh look, there's a lot going on. You are.
But I'm keen to draw that card because that card looks good because it said some things on it that I liked.
These are
Jolly good.
all right.
Well, this is more manageable as it turns out.
But why would he do that? Why would he do that?
I don't know.
It's alright. It's not necessarily a next level play.
Let's get the combo going.
No, let's pray. They have one card in hand. I like this beer.
It's alright. We kind of, yeah.
So you will note that their commander went back to the command zone and now costs 2 more.
Yes.
See there.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I remember that.
what this game does is, let's just say there's stuff playable from exile or playable from your graveyard. That will also show next to the hand. The playable stuff always shows up along here, which is
I really like
cool.
the interface. It actually feels a lot easier than just looking at a bunch of like sterile cards.
Yeah.
Like, not that I have anything
Mouse
against
is
the
yours.
game of Magic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But having cards that are like, you could play me now, is handy.
Can you check the fairy's loyalty real quick? 7? Okay.
Yeah.
getting high.
It's not ideal.
So they haven't used their -3 yet on Teferi, which is frustrating because I would have had to explain a rule that only exists now in Modern Magic because they put it back on Teferi. They got that back because they just put it back in their library because they can do that.
Good God.
Right.
When it enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library. One of them on top of the library. If X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win. Okay, so...
That's not going to happen to us.
No.
That's not the point of the deck. Alright, I will proffer one piece of advice.
Yep.
Lands first.
Yes, lands are good.
Increase options. I will then leave it there.
That's good. That's a good point. Well, we now have 7. An Agent of Treachery costs 7. That's useful. Gain control of target permanent seems like a useful ability. I'm gonna do that. And if they counter it, then we may be boned. But, cool. Now we want to gain control of a thing. I like Teferi. I feel like that one's better. I feel like Teferi's good. Because, we panicked when it came out.
We.
And by we, I mean, well, no, I knew enough that gaining 2 fucking turns is frustrating. Okay. Can we activate it now?
No,
that's a rules question.
Because they have already used it once this turn.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We have no more mana.
No, we're waiting on them. They're down.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's now your version of that.
So let me show you adventure cards. So this card here.
Uh-huh.
On the text box, you'll see on the left,
geez.
there's a spell inside it. So you can cast that spell if it's in your hand, and then it goes into exile, and then you can cast the creature. Otherwise, you just cast the creature. So, yeah.
Okay, then.
It's alright. Thank you so much for playing Agent. Thank you so much for playing... Like, I was actually hoping they would concede, because often, Agent of Treachery is you pay 7 mana, they concede.
Okay.
Because that card is bullshit. Let me show you a little bit more why that card is bullshit. We're not going to attack because that would be foolish. They have 6 mana open. We're just going to go for it because they only have 1 card in hand. We're going to play our Commander.
I like that idea.
Hey Commander, how are you? For those at home... Yeah, there we go. Right, they knew it was coming.
But basically, that would mean that we would be able to move things back to the battlefield. Yeah, okay, so for anything that's got an enters the battlefield trigger would re-trigger, and that would include Agent?
Yeah, this is the whole deck.
That makes sense.
And this is why I wanted to play it in this ridiculous stream, because you can get into some weird loops with bouncing stuff back and forth, because there can be stuff that bounces your Rhine out and then back in, which triggers your Rhine's ability again.
Okay.
And this is why I thought it would be very funny
Put
to
one
do
of
that
these
live.
on top of our library.
So, same thing here. This is an adventure, Brazen Borrower.
Yeah, yeah. That, I mean, extra cost sounds good.
Post-game, I will explain my choice.
Go for it, go for it.
Oh, attacks. Dear God, no. That's big.
Nice.
Oh,
Try.
We're dead.
Dead on board?
We're on 8, yeah, we're dead on board. We're more dead on board. Now they can hit us for 11. Anyway, the reason I chose Roaming Ghostlight is because, or why I chose it over Tithe Taker, they have too much mana.
Yeah.
Like, taxing them for 1, not terribly relevant if they've got enough to...
Yeah.
Like, early on,
good
it's
early
really
game.
good. Oh, it's so good in the game. It's just
Okay. Okay, so I feel like don't think that it's hard for me to know without a debrief, pre-debrief. It's hard for me to know what went well and what went badly there. I'm kind of, but I got the sense that they got a lot of stuff out. I don't know if it's like on curve or it's like, but they seemed to get a lot of stuff out that chained in a nice way.
Yeah, yeah.
And we didn't get that out, but obviously we weren't. I don't know if that was because I was a broken link in that chain, or because we didn't draw the right cards. Or
There was a couple of turns there where I would have made different plays. and it's hard because then the whole game changes.
Right.
When they're early turns, especially, like you can comment on that sort of stuff. And when there's like clutch turns where very clearly the game hinges on this moment at the mid or at the late game, and then you've only got one or two more turns, and the whole thing's wrapped up. Analysing those turns, I think, is more fruitful than very early turns where they would have played stuff in different order. In terms of, the cards we have, if we had it, like, it's not like chess where you have perfect information all the time.
Yes.
And all the random elements make it all that trickier as well. But yeah, there were definitely things I would have done differently. I think, in general, playing the lands first, because there was a couple turns there where you had other options had you played the land.
Yeah, I think because I'm used to playing lands in the you draw, hang on, like it's the turns of the draw step basically. So when I draw, I would normally play land. I like my association mentally when I play when I play with physical cards. When I draw, I then think about mana. So because it was drawing for me, I just wasn't clicking on the I should play mana now. I would love to play another, but I don't know how we're going for time. How are we?
Oh look, we could easily smash the game in 15.
Let's give it a crack.
We were up against mono blue, so we had problems straight away.
Now that it's not lagging so terribly, hopefully we can actually put forward a good game.
Yeah.
And now that I also have some understanding of the deck, because we're playing the same deck, right?
Yes. Oh, up against Kalia. We have a chance here because this deck is janky and weird and honestly not terribly good in the current meta.
Okay.
So we have a shot. I also wanted to pick a deck where we wouldn't be in trouble because they have actually stratified it now where more powerful decks are left to fight against more powerful decks.
Okay.
I don't know if they're also doing that with players, but let's have a look here. So this is what the enemy commander does. Has a cool ETB effect as well. I think we're keeping this. Are we? No, I'm keeping this hand.
Okay. So if there are an angel, demon, and dragon among the top 6 cards, you would be able to put them into your hand.
Yeah.
The rest go into the bottom.
Yeah. Here's the problem with that: lack of density in the current meta.
So you wouldn't be able to find enough cards to build a deck.
Because it's all one-offs. Like I've struggled. I had fun, but I struggled.
So the main value of that might actually just be a game that cycles. Oh, that's right.
Yes, time to read some cards.
Oh well, that's good because I can't play any of them, so that's nice.
That's right. Well, you've just drawn a card, so lands are on the left.
Yep. So, well, I'll do that. May search card library. Okay. Well, the only thing that I can play on my turn.
Look, play that, and then I guess now is the time to also read cards because that's been thrown out.
Yeah.
So now you can have a look at the hand.
But yeah, that's the only one I could play. So that's basically it.
They're going shopping for something. That's fine.
Yeah. So I'm reading that it is technically your turn.
Yeah. No. Feel free.
Yeah.
We can spend a bit of time on that because I know what I'm going to be doing this turn.
Well, yeah. You play, and I'll keep reading cards in a moment then.
Beep beep. Beep beep. Where are the shoes?
First blood.
What was is that Dr. Dolittle with Beep beep, wear the sheet. It's like the only line I remember from it. And that's fine.
I don't remember that movie very well.
That's fine, you don't have to. The mouse is yours now. Oh shit.
You can cast spells only during your turn and can cast no more than 2 spells. You may cast... Okay, that's not great. That just means they can play lots of shit.
Yep.
Well, we have 1 land, so let's play it.
So now you have several options.
Okay, so we can give things flying. None of these have flying, so that makes sense to me.
Well, they get flying if they die.
Exactly. So that kind of suggests that I would... Yeah. That means I could... Oh, extra mana. Mana ramp is good. Mana ramp seems good. Enters the battlefield, return one other target creature or planeswalker. That's not a creature, though.
They didn't get anything, by the way.
Bouncing that means they could have another chance to get something. I reckon I'm going to go... Simulacrum or Broodmoth. I'm going to go Simulacrum.
Now, it'll do it for you. It'll bring up the deck. take action, because you have a choice to not take these actions sometimes.
That's funny.
So you can scroll across. It's going to have all the islands and then all the plains. So which do you think we should be grabbing, Justin?
But it's basic, right?
Yeah.
I think we should be grabbing that one because I'm about to run out of time.
That's right. It would have gone to the next timer, but yeah.
That's okay. Choose attackers. That's vigilant, so
it doesn't tap to attack.
Yes, so that's still that's not tapped currently.
No.
But the token creature, I think we attack because I don't think they're gonna block.
So you attack there with both.
Oh crap!
That's all right. Misclicks happen.
Sorry, that's yep. Yes, that's what you would do. Yes. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Misclick happens. Like I'm surprised I don't wake Gemma up more often with cries of "No!" from the kitchen as I accidentally all-click as I'm cramming breakfast in my face and throwing games down the toilet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we dealt 3 damage.
Would you like to know what's amazing? They can't cast spells on our turn. Look what they did on their turn. Swiffle, my friend.
They did very little. Hey.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's actually a bunch of stuff we could do at this point.
This is one of my favourite cards. Fun fact, artifacts don't suffer from summoning sickness like creatures do, which means you can tap this right away.
That's very cool. So we could play a 4 mana thing right away if we want.
I'll let you read the second line of text on that to show why they didn't block it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, Pepsi Man, as I like to call this alternate art, loves to be in the bin.
I really enjoy Pepsi Man. This is very fun.
All right. How do we feel? You know what? I've been drinking.
It's your turn.
There was another option there, but I went with this,
yeah.
and I'm okay with it. The mouse is yours.
It is.
I'm okay with it. I mean, look, they're on 12, right? They played Fires of Adventure, and now what's happened?
Look, you know what I like? They're doing worse than we are.
Yeah.
And presumably they're not a 2-headed giant.
Yeah. E to Extinction is a great spell.
Oh, goodness.
I love it. 4 mana exile for creatures or planeswalkers? Get fucked. It's quality. It's a quality experience. Oh, Good Round Boy would like to know how the fuck phasing works. I'll explain it in person. I don't want to bog down the stream. It doesn't take that much to explain, but it's just, yeah. It's as far as mechanics go, it's a lot. It's a lot. There's a reason it doesn't exist anymore in the main. I'm shocked they brought it back. They brought it back in a cool way, but, yeah.
Heal for 2. Hey, I made a successful magic check. I think. I don't actually know. I could tap that for more mana.
Yes, and it will be factored in. So if there's any 6 costs in your hand, it would factor that in automatically.
That seems like a good play, but I don't... That's a counter, so we want to leave some mana up for that, I think.
It's a very specific counter, by the
hand.
way. So it doesn't just counter anything, that counter spell. Just so you know.
I'm gonna... Oh, Jesus. Oh, hang on. I can take my time, can't I?
Yeah, we've got one more. Yeah, so now it's the
Okay. I feel like I want to play this.
You also have the option of going to the attack step, right? Because you've got a second main phase. You can always play stuff after combat.
Okay. That makes sense. Yes. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Now, I think I'm gonna go all attack. Actually, for real this time, deliberately.
For really real.
With both of them. And then I think I want to bounce Simulacrum, because then it can enter the battlefield again, right? At the beginning of the end step, we would then draw a card. That seems nice. Oh, that is more to cast. Enters tapped, doesn't untap if we control the reflection when it enters the battlefield. That seems like the one we want to play.
It's another flavorful card, right? Where as long as he's enraptured by his reflection, he can't... it's very cool.
But that won't delete the reflection, right?
No, you would just get another one if you played that card again.
I think that makes sense then. I'm going to do that. I'm sure there was a better use of that. Well, I'm not sure. I might do
I will...
that.
Yeah. We can absolutely do a breakdown of this turn. Or I can just talk about what I would have did. Maybe I should be doing that. You know what? I mean, this is the last game before we go to chess. Yeah. I'm now going to say what I would have done. I may as well be just doing this after every turn. That might have been a turn where I played Urian.
I had a thought that might have been a play, but I did not know. Yeah.
I like this turn. I like what you did, though, because you committed a less expensive and potent card. Because these colours, white, black, red, they love sweeping forward. Like that. Right?
What I should have done, I think, is I should have not played that right away and kept 2 mana up for the counterspell.
It was a very specific counterspell. It wouldn't help there.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm fine.
Yeah.
And great.
See,
And
this counters activated abilities and triggered abilities.
Right.
So this can counter a Planeswalker ability.
Gotcha.
Yeah. This is here to counter commanders. They're legends.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit, they're gonna attack us. Commander of Flame is a very good card.
Yes.
Cavalier of Flame.
Okay.
Oh, are we fucking dead?
Okay. Well, we've got a turn, right? We can play... This is going to be our last turn. Why don't we play it together? I don't know if it's our last turn.
Probably is. This gives stuff haste.
We can counter its ability, though?
We can counter it once. It costs 2 mana, and they're always going to have mana untapped because of Fire's Invention. They don't have to cast... They don't have to pay mana to cast spells.
Right, but we could just... They're only on 7. We could potentially just hold on for a turn.
We won't get a turn.
We have Nyambi for life. Like, for life gain.
Yeah, for a little bit. It's a little bit of a god. I mean, frankly, it's...
This is me trying to strategize in the
No, that's fair, that's fair.
Oh, that's also... that's heal for 2.
Not yet.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah. When stuff enters or dies, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought that when you enter the battlefield with that, it would trigger itself, but I suppose it's...
No, because it's not on the battlefield yet.
It's not on the battlefield, so it can't be triggered, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, well, actually, no, it would trigger itself, but this has another. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? Not swinging in.
Okay.
What do you think I have in mind?
What
do you think? Well, you know what our options are. You know the phase space. You don't know what they're going to play, but neither do I.
I could destroy all creatures.
Not on their turn, though.
That's an ability. When that enters the battlefield, I'm going to let that resolve.
Yep.
I haven't had to do that yet.
It's very powerful as a blue player. Everything they do, you're like, do I want them to do that?
So they're just playing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could respond with that. I don't... Spells your opponents cast that target Terror of the Peaks cost an additional 3 life to cast. Jesus. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
That's right. You're about to run out of time to choose, so...
I want to do this. Drag triggers.
Oh. You can choose to order them, but you're about to run out of time to do that. They're just going to happen. It doesn't matter terribly much in this instance. I think the order wouldn't have mattered. You've selected that one, apparently?
I didn't select anything.
Oh. Okay, so something weird has happened there with the fact that it's run out of time, because that was an optional trigger, and it mustn't have given you
didn't let me return.
Okay,
oh,
okay.
well, that sucks.
Well, I mean, this is one of the this is one of the ways we've screwed ourselves. More realistically, this is one of the ways that I've screwed you. Yeah, they're gonna... Okay, this is a bit much.
So now this is bad for us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
Cool.
Choose
cool.
blockers. You know what? No, they've earned it. Everyone fought hard. So the Nyambi bounce for life. Yes.
Yeah.
Fun fact: when you block something,
yeah,
if the blocker leaves combat, the attacking creature is still blocked. It is still considered
So you
blocked.
could have bounced on the attack.
Yeah.
to-
Declare block, bounce the blocker to save it, get some life.
So that would have been the play. Yep.
That would have been the play there, and pray that one of the big creatures they played to try and kill us was legendary, and that Tail's End would be a legal target. And then we would buy one more turn, they would overextend, then we sweep with Shatter the Sky.
That's not a bad...
That's what I was thinking. Because Shattering the Sky the previous turn was probably also correct, but like they have Fires of Invention. I didn't... It's tough.
Look, we are playing under a very constrained format.
It's a very strange way to play Magic.
And
it's not...
honestly, I feel like I got half of the play, so I feel good.
Yeah.
Like, we were expecting to lose, but I think we have lost well and valiantly.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my suggestion. I do my best to play the quickest game possible with this deck. Just me, just to demonstrate.
Cool.
Just to show, right? Because we've hit 7:30, which means we've got a full hour to play chess with like a couple minutes to get up and stretch and play and have a break.
Love it.
And you've already told me that chess games can be quick because the computer just responds, right?
Yeah, well, so we won't be playing against live opponents.
Yeah.
In fact, it's actually, as I think I said to you off stream, it's kind of frowned upon to play against live opponents in a cheesy format such as what we are doing.
Yeah.
But if we just play against a chess computer, and what I was thinking is it will start off on a baby difficulty for babies, and then it ramps up to like the level of the computer that beat Garry Kasparov in the 90s. So, or in fact higher, I think, because
cool.
chess computers are just super powerful. So, if we're thinking on the scale from baby to Kasparov, I think that I'm closer to baby.
Okay, that's
Than
fair.
Kasparov myself.
I'm baby.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here, folks. Like,
You heard it here, folks.
This is unheard of. No, there we go. Okay.
This has been a pleasant experience, but I have
I'm
also
glad.
experienced.
This is one of my favorite commanders to beat the shit out of people with. So this is a problem. That's fine.
I can't believe that Fantasy Rob Lowe is
connection issues.
disconnected.
That's fine. I thought something was
I was
going
going to make
there.
really fun.
Drow.
I was making a really fun joke about him being Fantasy Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe. I know that name. Why do I know that name?
He's an actor who's been in things.
Yeah, I know that much. I don't know anything more, which is hampering my ability to know.
The West Wing, Parks and Rec. He now does ads for the Atkins diet. that might be where you know.
No. I know the name, and I hate it when I know the name.
He's been around for a while. But yeah.
You will show me a face, and I'll make that noise.
I'll show you a face on the break.
Yeah.
That should be our return from the break.
Yeah.
It should just be like a...
Can engineer that. Yeah. I'll take this. Yeah, for sure. We're up against Heliod. Alright, we have to go. We got to go fast. This is a cheap commander. Mono white. Lots of punching, lots of life gain whenever they gain life. When they have this out, when they gain life, they're going to put 1/1/1 counters on stuff, and it's going to be annoying as hell. That's fine. There we go.
It's kind of like... Our opponent is kind of like Thanos meets John Travolta in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of art in this that I don't rate, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, the Planeswalker faces aren't my absolute favourite.
Yeah.
Possibly should have gone Tithe Taker there. Possible this is a mistake. What do I want more? I think I want Broodmoth.
Broodmoth seems cool.
Broodmoth's alright. I just tossed away a land for that, but we've got
I mean, we've got to keep Mothman because there is some great Mothman synergy in chat. It isn't regular Rob Lowe, Fantasy Rob Lowe. It's you're not wrong.
No blocks. Come on through.
Mothman.
Going home.
I think despite tech issues, I feel pretty good about about the series of games we've played. I don't know how it has been as a visual / auditory experience, but I certainly don't feel like we've been engaging with chat as much as we should have, because normally one of us is focusing on chat, and we have both been so
intense.
It's a very active game.
Yeah, and this is the thing. This is why I resisted playing it for a while. I put so much time and money into Hearthstone. So,
Yeah.
you know, sunk cost, something I'm very familiar with. And I thought it would be difficult to play in the morning because I couldn't just walk away and make toast.
Yeah.
Turns out you can walk away and make toast. Not all the time,
Yeah.
but it's possible. It wasn't as tricky as I thought it was. This card is busted.
Yeah.
End of turn, I am going to... it's going to leave and just come back, and I get the effect again. And go away. And now that I have Devotion to 5, it's a creature, which means it's a 6/5 indestructible.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
6 is higher than any of the ones they have.
It's true. They have a flyer, and, you know, they're gaining a lot of life. But I think if I get a strong enough...
So is there So I get the feeling that the strategies are similar to some of the strategies we've talked about with Hearthstone, which I've played more of.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Hearthstone is more derivative of this than this is of Hearthstone. Like, clearly.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
But that is my reference point. And so you would have similar strategies about, like, just trying to get up to a high enough life total that you can play a ridiculously long game.
Yeah. The funny thing is, life gain for this opponent is actually, it's just part of what they're doing. It's not actually the most important thing that's happening.
Oh, it's incidental to their actual strategy.
I mean, yeah, it makes it a pain in the ass, but trust me, that's not that. Ooh. So this is a special kind
What
of card.
on
A
earth?
saga. These steps
so
of
you
the
can
saga
step through the...
Turn by turn it goes through those, but the first thing it does is exile something with converted mana cost 3 or greater, and that card rules, and I can bounce it with Urian. Turn after turn, just... Provided I can bounce Urian, but you know.
Dang.
Faster can do that. It's, I'm expecting them... I don't think either of us is going to reduce the other's life total to 0. I think someone's going to concede.
Crafty's saying she's looked up Rob Lowe and has no context for this man. Which is quite funny.
Ooh.
4, 5. So wouldn't you just successfully block her?
But why are they attacking?
Because they can buff it mid-attack and then take it down?
Yeah, they'll do something in the interim. Oh no, of course, it's an onboard trick. I know what they can do. They can tap this to gain 1 life, which will trigger this, which will put a 1/1 counter up, which means it would 5/5 versus 4/5. That's fine. I get to do this. Does this cost 3 or more? Hell yeah, it does. 3, 2, 1, concede. No, okay, great. Let's play it out.
That's a cool animation.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to appreciate the animations
Oh,
yet.
the animations are so good.
It's really, really excellent.
So here's where it starts. Cool. So what would have happened is, end of turn, Faster bounces Urian, Urian comes back, gets rid of all this, doesn't come back until the end of their turn.
Uh-huh.
They can't even interact with it, but then all this stuff comes down, I bounce something to their hand, I exile another thing, I get, like... And then that just happens over and over.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't have the hard lock on them, but, like, it probably wasn't even fun for them at that point, right? Like, they're welcome to walk away and start another game.
Because, yeah.
Because I got a kind of win condition going, or the sort of thing that is not necessarily fun to play against. I have tried to work through more of those matches where I'm like, okay, I'm definitely dead, but I should play through and see, and every now and then, you still get the win.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a better sport about that, but there are some mornings where I'm so tired, and I'll get into a bad state, and I'll be like, you know what, it's yours, you've won, let's just both go away and do other things. I think they're both valid.
I think, so, my quick debrief would be...
Yeah, let's do a debrief.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, we're allowed to do this. Yeah.
Hello, my friend.
We're in charge.
Yeah. I think, what I found really interesting about it was that it completely, just erased my stream brain.
Yep. You were just playing Magic.
I was just playing Magic. I
Yep.
realized that I was not doing much commentary because I was just having to be really, really invested in everything that was happening. It was all very new to me. And hopefully chess will be less like that. Because we can take as much time as we want.
Well, sure. Look, I don't think, like, in terms of the stream brain thing, that was all content. Like, we weren't watching chat as much, but, you know...
Oh, yeah. But I think in terms of, like, I would have liked to, you know, talk more about the art or...
Yeah,
you know,
okay,
talk about, you know, the things that I like aesthetically about the game. I have not said anything about whether I like or dislike Magic.
It's true.
For the whole hour.
Well, do you still like Magic after what happened to you?
Yeah, I mean, I should correct that. I did say that I like this as a format better than I like the handheld card.
Oh, interesting.
Thank you, Saz. I'm assuming that's directed at me. And yeah, I think my I think with physical tactile cards, it's easier to there are some things that are easier to comprehend, like the draw steps and the phases and those sorts of things. I feel like there's a rhythm to that when I'm working with physical cards. When some of the stuff is done for me, it's less of a ritual of drawing this and playing this and tapping this.
Yeah.
That said, I think when it was done for me, I had there was more capacity to build strategies because I could see how cards were feeding into each other.
Yeah.
I didn't have to have mental counters on everything's ability and all of those sorts of things.
Yeah.
So that was really handy for me. But it was a real dang mess. I truly have no ability to review my own skill. So I've got a bit of Dunning-Kruger actually. I've got a bit of that. I feel like I did fairly well on account of I don't have any metric for what I may have done badly and how badly that may have been.
Yeah.
I know enough to know that I did more than someone that's never played Magic before would do.
Yeah.
And I don't know enough to know what I could have done better, so I just think of myself as having done the best possible iteration of that game.
Yeah.
Which is a great demonstration of Dunning-Kruger, the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Yeah.
In action.
You did well enough. You didn't do absolutely terrible things. You did a couple things that I would call suboptimal in terms of using resources and threat assessment. But like,
I don't know if that is diplomatic or if that is...
No, that's honest.
Okay.
That's straight up honest.
Because suboptimal could be completely backhand.
And that's the kind of term that if someone heard that and felt insulted, they would have every right to. There are certain words that get used talking about Magic. One of the terms that actually annoys me is talking about whether a play was correct or not, which in a game this complicated is ridiculous and implies that any argument you're having about it means that any other play is incorrect, which is a way of dunking on people and saying you literally did it wrong. But it's not about wrong, it's about whether you think a play was better than another, right? And it's just a linguistic thing that irritates me.
I reckon, I mean, it did help that as we got later into those games, we were already losing.
Yeah.
So it's unclear whether any of my choices really had an input on the outcome of the game at that point. We
may never have won those games. I don't know that we were favoured in the matchup against Gadwick, the first match, the mono blue.
Yeah, that game was...
that was rough. It wasn't
very difficult.
Wasn't a great hand. We got steamrolled early. Yes, stuff could have been played better earlier, but I don't know that would have necessarily done it. It would have been a long, tricky match anyway. Yeah. It would have been frustrating. Wouldn't even made good streaming, I don't think, in this sort of format. Maybe we should have just played an aggro deck, but...
No. This was a better test of the things that I know and don't know, and those sorts of things, and the rules understandings. I feel like an aggro thing is relatively like there's more complexity in terms of like when you do things during turns, but there is like because you know that the goal is attacking. I feel like I would have had more direction with that, and I like that I had less because given the conceit of this particular
that's fair.
experiment.
You attacked when you saw good attacks, and that was correct. Apart from that one misclick, and that's the other thing about Arena. It means you don't have to deal with all that extra stuff, but then you can also just misclick your way through.
I feel like that if I hadn't misclicked there, I think we may have edged that one out a little earlier.
Also, like that Niambi thing that happened where you didn't, you somehow clicked away the ability to bounce the creature to your hand.
I didn't click.
Well, exactly. Like some,
so I didn't even click away. It timed me out of having that ability. Because...
We got interfaced, as it is called. And that's the other problem with an online, a digital version such as this, where you can just get stooged by the interface. Something can go wrong, and you won't even know what went wrong. Something happened to me this morning, and because I didn't recognize straight away the interaction between two cards. I thought the game had bugged.
Yeah.
I was like, that shouldn't happen. Why did that happen? And there wasn't a person there to explain to me, oh, it's because this triggered twice.
Yeah.
Just little stuff like that isn't, for new players, I think could be very frustrating.
I think
it's frustrating for me.
If I ever do play this, and I'm not committing to playing this off stream, or on stream ever again, but if I did, I kind of like the idea of having you over my shoulder to be like, and that's why that happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the other thing that we will like that we have in physical games where there is a dialogue around what a rules interaction means.
Yeah,
whereas in this game, the rules interaction happens.
Yeah, it happens to you.
Yeah,
it's not happening between two people. It just happens, and you're like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" Like, it can be hard to get around.
I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Good. Free to play.
There we go.
All of that. Well, I've spent like a little bit of money a couple times, but like barely any, and just for a few things.
Free to play.
Absolutely optionally the whole way. Yeah. You get given like once you complete a few early challenges to prove you know what you're doing. They just give you a bunch of decks and a bunch of cards.
That may be the falling point for me.
Yeah.
Prove I know what I'm doing.
Look, I play every day, which is why I've got the resources that I have, and I've been playing now for a year.
Yeah.
And I certainly don't like compete at the highest level, and nor do I intend to. I have enough to do what I want, and sometimes I have to grind to get the cards I want.
Yeah.
But by and large, I have a great time. I have enough decks that I can complete the daily challenges, which was the Hearthstone problem, if you recall. Like, if you didn't have the right decks to get the free gold, you were just in trouble. And thankfully, I've got enough of a spread that I can get away with that at the moment. But yeah, I can recommend it as a free game. I honestly can. You've got to put in more work to do more, but like the game itself is just there, and they just love giving you cards. They give you cards all day.
Is there something analogous to like the thing that I really liked about Hearthstone was like the Tavern Brawl, where there's just like really ridiculous like rules variations and like mini games and things like that.
Some weeks.
Okay.
Not every week, and sometimes
that might
they
be
cost.
my inroad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes they cost gold. A lot of the times they are just free, and they won't give you much in but they're just fun things. I do them whenever they turn up. They've been doing a lot of them because of COVID. They've been doing more stuff for people at home because people can't go out and play Magic in person. And they're like, well, we know this is how people are playing Magic now. They've done more bannings this year than they've maybe done ever in a single period because so much of the play is online, and that's warped the space. It's been a weird time.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, it's always 8 o'clock, so let's just have a couple minutes break. Let's just get up and stretch. I think
so. Yeah. We will be back.
We'll be back shortly,
very soon, and we'll be playing chess.
Yeah, I'm not going to put music on because Chrome also eats up the computer, so I'm not going to bother. I don't want any more skip frames. So we're just going to have to sit in silence, or put on your own music because we won't be listening to music while we play chess. Maybe put on not a podcast, but you know.
I don't know. You can entertain yourselves for a little bit.
It's true. You're adults, I think.
Probably.
Click the wrong thing, muted us. I was meant to do this first. We'll be back shortly. Hello! So apparently having a single beer means I'm just not amazing at keeping track of everything that's going on screen. Hi everyone, we're back. We've just finished playing Magic, and now we're going to be playing chess, a game that I am not good at, but know how to play technically. But first, I don't know who Rob Lowe is.
It's
off
true.
The top of my head.
It's
so,
true. We've said it.
Okay, so I'm going to go to here. I'm putting Justin in control of Google, and I'm doing this. Now, Justin's going to bring up anything, but he cares about me.
I was not reaching over to the keyboard. Here, I'll just bring up his Wikipedia page. And there we go. That's Rob Lowe.
Oh! Yeah!
Oh, he's not on the screen properly. That's alright.
Just, like...
Do you want to just go over to chess? Oh, we can resize? What do you want me to do?
Don't resize, because I've done all the sizing and I don't want it to go wrong.
Let's go
I mean, you know, if you just do this and then just go, like... we can see too many Rob Lowe's. That's too many Rob Lowe's. That's a lot of Rob Lowe's.
I didn't want to see this many Rob Lowe's is the problem.
On to chess. Alright, cool.
I love that we've still got the challenge the computer to an online chess game.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this is a great introduction, actually. So I'll point out what we can see on the screen. So this is 1 to 10 is easy to grandmaster. We're going to start at 1, and we will play until we win. Maybe we won't win, and that'll just be the whole stream. But once we beat 1, then we will work our way up, and we'll see how far we get. The other things that I want to point out, will this show my mouse on screen? It will.
Yeah.
Up here, we'll show a rating of how well we're doing in the game. I'll just show off the interface like you show off the interface.
Yeah. Oh, do you want? So you're going to give us a trial game?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Great. Yeah.
So what are our settings? We've got the easiest mode. Let's play as whichever. I don't know. Okay, computer's gone.
So it's click and drag?
Yep. So it's just click and drag. And the computer will react immediately. I don't know if this is good. I'm just playing very quickly.
Yeah.
But you can see that, and what it's doing here is it's now saying that I've got the advantage as black. So I am 0.37 of a percent probability. I don't know how this works. I think it's like standard distribution probability away from the mean or something. So I have a very slightly higher chance of winning than white in this situation.
There's something.
But I played badly there, and now white has a huge advantage because I let my bishop go.
Yeah.
Now white's in a much better position. It can you can use hints, you can take moves back. I don't know if we'll be doing that, but we have those options.
No.
Why don't we start a new game? Do you want to play as white or black?
White starts, right?
White does
Which
start.
I'm given to understand means that it is technically better in terms of like whether it wins more. Because chess isn't symmetrical in that one color always starts.
I don't know if that would be true against a computer. I think against most people.
So you think there'd be rubber banding?
I think at the highest level of chess, it's relatively even. At the lower levels of chess, anything that gives you initiative gives you advantage because basically everyone's trying to attack as quickly as possible.
Should I be the one with the first turn?
It's not really going to matter. Go for it.
Okay.
All right. Do a thing. Look at that. That's a move.
Yep.
I'm not going to comment any further.
No, you can't. You're not allowed. I did the move that I remember doing as a kid.
Yeah.
Not like the one move I recall, and now I'm just out of chess, right?
No more chess.
No, that's not.
No, E4 is the most standard opening in all of chess.
Cool. You don't need the headphones anymore.
That's true.
There's no audio whatsoever.
But I'm a gamer.
You got to cling to that.
I'm a gamer.
Okay.
I thought there might be Rob Lowe sound effects.
So,
and now a third move.
I'm trying to figure out the way in which we're screwed, because isn't that just obviously the smart thing to do? Like, wouldn't you just take the fucking pawn? Sorry, that's the queen, right?
That's the king.
That's the king.
Yes.
Okay, no, so that we would be safe. I don't see a way that we get got. I'm just going to do it. I mean, I'm going to be that guy. I like that it shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've developed the part of my brain necessary to see knight's moves.
Yes.
Like, that is just in my brain.
Yeah.
But
yes.
I don't see how we get got.
Unlike in Magic, we have a world of time here. Yes.
Yeah. It's you. I mean, obviously, like, there's, stuff going on here, but, like, that's some computer level 1 shit, right? But they just throw us a pawn? What is this? I feel like I'm over-reading into it, right? Like, it's too much. Okay. What seems good? That's king?
That is the king. That's
so
the one we're trying to put in checkmate.
Putting it in check like that, I'm a very aggressive individual.
The different thing about this game as a pair... this is not a commentary on the game specifically, but this, as opposed to Magic, you will essentially be able to set a style, and I will have to react to it.
Yeah.
As opposed to in Magic, where the style is set by the deck.
Now, remind me, because I'm pretty sure it's true, but pawns only take diagonally, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I thought so, but I'm trying to make sure I'm not wrong. Okay.
Yeah. Now, I can't give you any feedback, but you can evaluate your own moves and how good they were using that assessment on the right-hand side.
I haven't been... I've just been waiting for the opponent to slam.
If you want, you can also ignore that. I don't know if that makes it fair or unfair for you. But we have that assessment over to the right-hand side of the screen. And you can also, if you want to play along with us at home, see how well we're doing. So a positive indicates that white is doing well. A negative indicates that black is doing well. And also the bar will move across left to right based on which side is doing better.
I don't like that. Like, without knowing more about chess, for me, the point was to take enemy pieces and not have your own pieces taken.
Right.
And, I understand that there are favourable trades in that some pieces are certainly better than others.
Yeah.
But by and large, I was there for blood. Because I found if I had less pieces, I could have a better time.
It's a fair point. Well, they currently have less pieces, so by your own metric, we're doing well.
Yeah. I'm just trying to, I'm doing the brain man simulation.
We have nothing but time.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Of course, I'm only simulating this move. Like, how many moves ahead would you say that you think? Any given day before breakfast?
It really depends. I mean, once we get into the later game, I plan moves more. In the early game, I kind of have a sense of where I want my pieces to be roughly, and I play to that more than I play to specific board positions, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, so if that makes sense.
So you have more of a reactive...
Yeah.
And is that more typical?
I don't know what's typical. I'm not...
Okay.
I'm no expert.
Sure.
So, it's you again.
Yes. What are they going to do, really? I don't know that horse love eating shellfish that much, but they seem to be playing fast and loose. Like, I don't think I care about this right now. Not enough to fucking hand over.
What
right?
do you care about right now?
Oh.
What are you?
I just sort of play chess to play, right? Like,
yeah.
And now that they're pushing in here, my first instinct is like, ugh, stop it. But that's like, I could keep pushing in this way. That's what I should be thinking about, I guess. What would be a good spot to put pieces in that doesn't result in their immediate death? And that's where it goes wrong, doesn't it?
That can be a good way of strategizing, yeah.
Yeah. Push that forward there. That's bad.
Rules question. That's the king, right?
It's an art question. I need to know pictograms.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
We can change how the pieces are depicted if we want.
That's fine. Now that I know, I think I still know.
I was mid-sip. It's unfair.
Big Spiky is queen, right? It's the queen?
It is.
Okay,
yes.
Sick. All right.
The Spike Pit. The Royal Spike Pit, as they call her.
See, and this is also the thing. I'm also aware of the fact that we're on camera, so I'm more inclined to just, after a while, if I get deadlocked, I'm just going to go fuck it and take a move, basically.
Then
not a bad move, but I'll pick from one of the possibilities, right? Otherwise I'm just going to get stuck on local optima. Well, it's the hill problem.
For the purpose of, I won't give feedback on it, but what moves are you considering?
So dealing with this just seems bad because like they've got a pawn defending it. So like whatever I throw in there, I'm losing, and they're claiming it with a goddamned pawn. Yes, I'd be getting a knight. So I could go knight for knight, but like, yeah, I don't know that I love that. Bishop, there's not great moves around here to do with the bishop, like threatening a pawn. Who gives a shit? Pulling back seems bad when I've got it. So I've got it in and I'm locking off this section. Like I don't love that this is stuck here, but moving the knight in, not amazing because that's undefended if the queen steps in. Why the fuck wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So that seems incredibly bad. Pulling the bishop up, there doesn't appear to be any good spots to put it. Again, we've got the queen problem. Here, pawn just takes it. This is... I guess it's out there. Maybe that's what I want to do. It's not threatened there. Is that it? I think that's what I'm going to do, because it gets it out there, gets it in the mix, and it's not under threat. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And we went to 8, and now they're at 7.86. Okay. Look, mathematically we're trouncing them, whatever that means. Ooh. Okay. Well, I mean, did they... Like, I'm expecting the double bluff. This is the problem. I'm looking at the computer like it's a brain genius. Like, oh, like I'm just like sweating's pouring down my face. Like, but it's right there. Like, how could it pop? It's the attack in Magic. They attack with a smaller creature, and you're like, well, they've got to be bluffing, or they've got to have a. They've got to. Why would I? But it's right there, right? I'm just doing it. Like, why would I not? I like that I can hover and see, right? I can do the Professor X.
You can hover and yeah.
Yeah, go home. Get out, coward.
See, this is not generally how chess commentary works, and it is, I think, a deficit of the form.
This is what I was going to say about Magic commentary. There's no mathematical like bar, right?
Yeah.
The way that I've heard people talk about it informally makes me think that there is an advantage bar that they put together. That experts sort of like go, okay, who do we think has the advantage in this game? Because commentators can also see the hands of the players, right?
Right. Okay.
Like, typically, they have all the information they can because that's what they want the viewers to have. That's what they want to sort of, help people out with. At least I think that's how that works. I've only watched a lot of informal stuff done by Loading Ready Run, like unofficial sort of official play. Okay, well, our queen's out, which I love. I love it when you can just get the queen out and start going people in this game.
I thought you would like that.
Yeah, it's pleasing to me. That's bad. No, that still sucks. Well, they're not threatening anything that I can see off the top of my head. So, I mean, they're threatening here, but that's been true if the computer at level 1 even sees that, right?
The computer at level 1 is... I feel confident that we are better than the computer at level 1.
Okay, cool. Like, together as a... I mean, you know...
As a unit.
Yeah.
13.5...
There's so little. There's just so little opponent left.
Is like... But, like, tournament games on the highest level get fought over, like, 0.2 or 0.1 of... Like, so 13.5 is a profound distinction between two players.
So they compute and show this bar during, like, live play or commentating?
They don't show it to the players. Okay. Because that would give them a sense that, oh, there was a blunder there. Yeah. That sort of thing. Chess is generally not commentated on in a way that the players can hear. In the same way that with Magic, like, the commentators can see the hands, but clearly they're not talking about the hands they can see in a way that the players can hear. So much the same applies to chess. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
So people would absolutely be running a chess computer against the match and looking for better plays that players could have come up with in certain moments.
The chess pewter.
Yeah.
That could be fun. Does that open up anything that we don't like? I don't think so. Is that bad? It doesn't change really much of... It gets us closer. Gets us threatening. You know, we could start chewing into this corner if we wanted. Yeah, screw it. Let's chow down. What? Oh. The check. That doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Interesting. Do we care about castles? Big Castle Boy. Crystal Castles, that's a band, right?
It is.
Good music.
I can say that. That's not against the rules of our format. Yeah.
That says to me how much you're on purpose not saying. That suddenly you could say something and you were very pleased.
Yeah. I'm just trying not to give too much away by mood, which is difficult given the game that we're playing.
Oh look, I did a few faces to camera that I suspect you might have seen.
I was not looking at all.
Cool.
You know that I play fairly. Like, I am immune to
shenanigans.
Yeah, generally.
Could just nom here. It's tasty. Gets us maybe in position for some horse shit. What are they? What can they do? Not a lot. I'm intrigued. Huh. Did I miss something, or did they not do a thing that would have been actively great for them? Why wouldn't King have taken Knight there? It's not under threat. That space isn't... Okay, that was weird. I don't get why the computer did that.
Well, the good thing about this game is rather than just looking back at the Battlefield, Crafty is saying in chat that she would like to have a game with me talking the whole way through to explain what's happened. I can do that afterwards because we can walk through every single move that was played in this game.
Hell yeah. Also, Saz saying commentary makes all viewable games in sports much, much worse. Don't at me. I agree a lot of the time. There's only a few times that I've enjoyed commentary on anything, and that's when I've liked the commentators enough that it felt more like a conversation from people I liked than instead of people talking because they have to. Yeah. That's one of the annoying things about commentary for me is they'll comment on anything because that's their job, and maybe you like that, maybe you don't. I don't love it. This move confuses me by them, but I feel like that's a chess computer, being a chess computer. So it does put me in the weird position of not knowing what to do with my time. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that was their intention. That's the other thing about playing against a computer. You can't be like, what were they thinking? Well, that's not necessarily unpackable.
You can on certain levels because you can see what it was effectively like thinking about.
Okay.
You can look at, because a lot of chess computers are referencing the database of known games, right? Like they're referencing all the games that various professionals have played at various points in time.
Yeah. I just noticed that it's showing the pieces at the top. Are they all the ones that have been taken, or just the ones we've taken from them?
Those are the pieces of theirs that we've taken.
Cool.
And then the pieces of... have they...
Have we not lost anything?
We've not lost a single piece this whole game.
Okay. Alright.
We're about to, probably. But now it is no longer giving us...
Made in 4. Oh, so it's just like in the newspaper.
I probably shouldn't have pointed that out, but, you know.
No. This is a UI thing, right?
Yeah.
That's open information. I feel
that's also really infuriating, because if I don't spot it...
yeah.
As the person that has been designated. But that's true. You could also miss it.
Miss the mate.
Mm.
Oh, I absolutely will.
Yeah.
You kidding me? I feel like just pushing them around a bunch is enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we're under threat there. If I do that. Oh, that's what they just did. Oh, I see. Right. Wasn't paying attention.
Now, that they would not be able to take you if you put them in
No,
check.
indeed.
I just want to make clear that is a rules thing.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed the lime green, and I realised that I hadn't paid attention to what they'd done, because it wasn't splashy. But no, I think this is, I'm just going to do it.
just like to identify that went down.
Great. Yeah, I know what happens in chess. I know what I'm shooting for. I just don't know the strategies that people use, which means that if I play against someone who knows, what absolute melon like me is going to do, I'm pooched.
Yeah.
When I played sport in high school, and this was in PE, this wasn't me like signing up for a team. This was me signing up for PE year after year, which was also baffling. I don't know why I did that, but I did it year after year. And I would play soccer from time to time because we would play soccer in PE, and they would put me in goal because everybody wanted to be a hero, and I was just the nerd who got put in goal, which means we lost. But when I wasn't in goal, and I was just running around the field, whoever had the ball, I would chase them. And I would kick the ball out from under their feet. And that was it. And it meant that if they passed the ball, I was just running from person to person. I was just this bulldog of a human being, causing problems on the soccer field, and not in a way that meant that we were going to win. That's kind of, I think, what I do in chess. I'm scrapping. Where can I scrap and not get hurt? And that's it. That's all. That's all I do. If I don't see a move, it's because I didn't simulate things properly.
I am so relieved that went down from Maiden 2 to Maiden 1. I don't care if you get it.
Okay.
If you get it, that's great.
Yeah.
But if you, as the person that has been designated as I should know shit about chess,
as the chess pilot,
I did have a small moment of,
yeah.
I need to get it.
Yeah.
And also roll credits, Mates in One. That is literally what we called the show.
Yeah, we did it.
We did it, guys.
That would be great. Like the moment it says Mate in One, we close the stream. Just bam,
It's done. We're not even going to finish the game.
Okay, so that would make that's bad, and then that's bad. That's already bad. That's bad. That's irrelevant. That would be fine, though, wouldn't it? Crap. Like I see a way to bully them, but I don't see a way to. I don't think that's. Wait, or is it? 1, 2. So there. That's bad. That's bad. No, they would have a way out. Crap. Unless I'm missing something. I have a way to just put them in check again, which is... Now that that's the Mate in One is really infuriating. Otherwise, I just would have done the thing, right?
Right.
Now there's this undue pressure. I'll just come out and say it because I trust you to continue your poker face for the sake of entertainment. I want to move the queen to here. The problem I see is that they can then put the king here, and I'm not threatening that space. So it's just more ring around the bloody rosy, right? Like I've got so many spaces on. Okay, so if I leave the queen there, this whole flank is done. The problem is still here. Okay, so what I need to be threatening are these two spaces. Functionally. And in... oh, yes, okay, yes. Oh, no, of course, because that's in threat range there, if that stays there. So there, and then there. Is it just to move the knight to here? I think it is. Nope. It was over here, wasn't it? It was the same thing, but not in a space where we could get eaten. Shit. Alright, well, anyway. Mate in 5, you say?
Yeah, we're still not doing badly.
That doesn't have the same ring to it.
That's why we didn't name the stream that.
Yeah. Shit. Well, we can talk about how I fluffed it later.
I'm tempted to just fuck about. But yes, that would have been checkmate.
Yeah.
So
I had the right
that there.
Yeah.
Because the queen does cut off that diagonal. You did all the working.
I was like, oh, that's the solution, and I didn't then check that the solution was then correct. Like from every, I didn't check that the space was safe.
You
Fool of a toque, etc.
I actually can't see mate in 5 from this position.
This is the thing about me in chess. I couldn't see mate in 4 when it was mate in 4, right?
Yeah.
My brain doesn't work that way yet.
I can't see it, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, we only have a 99% chance. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It went back to mate in 6, but it said we only have a 99.66% chance.
Yeah. All right.
I just figure that's a solid play, because always taking their rook for free is a good move. But I think I now know what's up. But that's right.
I mean, similar sort of thinking. Just push them. Just push. Give them the business. There you go.
That's the game. It said mate in 3. I don't know why it said mate in 3, because that was checkmate.
So, I'm curious, when you are thinking about these moves and mates and what have you, and mapping out boards for like checkmate and stuff like that, are you visualizing the board? Are you visualizing squares that are not and are safe? Like, are you marking things in a way, or
is that still framed correctly?
Yeah, sorry, more or less. It's a little off, but that's because stuff's been introduced on the left.
That's okay. That's fine. What this does is this is actually it ranking against the chess computer, and this is it telling you all the best moves to be played at any point in the game.
Oh.
If I ran a report, which I would have to log in to do, it would actually tell us every move that we made that was a blunder or a success. You'll be pleased to know in this game that the vast majority of blunders were not by us. So if we run through the game, I don't know how much we want to run through the game, but
we can pop through it. Yeah, I'm more than happy to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, this is very standard. That's weird.
Yep.
You can see that from here it goes from 0 point whatever to 1 point something if we play well. And it tells you that the best move in this position is knight takes e5, which is precisely what you did. Because they gave up a free pawn.
Yeah.
It was not a trick.
I was so confused, yeah.
It was the computer being an ass.
Saz saying, so proud of your stoicism, Justin. You did really well. I could feel you quivering as I spoke.
There were certain moments, but yeah, I think, so here, I don't actually know if I made the right... Like, in a lot of these positions, I'm not going to be focusing on my moves because I think my moves were, like, fine, but I probably missed stuff. And this is a great way of improving your game.
Yeah.
If you want to learn... I mean, you will be teaching yourself how to play against a computer rather than how to play against a person, and people and computers do play differently. But if you want to learn just some opening things that you could be doing better, this is a great way to do it. You just go through it, you walk through moves, you see what the computer does, you see whether when you make a move, it says that you're doing better or worse.
There's software that exists that allow you to do that for games like Arena and Hearthstone.
Yeah.
You can do replays of games that you've played, provided you're running the deck tracking software, right? I was running a deck tracking software for Arena for a brief period, and then it sort of went wrong and stopped working, and I just didn't fix it because it just didn't matter as much. Like in Hearthstone, I really needed to know how many copies of something I had left in the deck because they were 30-card decks, and it just tended to matter. Whereas in Magic, 60-card deck, like sometimes I wish I knew, but it's not so much that I can be bothered installing more software. But there are ways to do that in Magic to improve your, weight training sort of.
Now,
not weight training. I'm so tired.
In this position, you played Bishop B5 check. Again, the computer says that's the best move in this position.
Oh, great.
I'm actually really surprised because a lot of the moves you made are not moves that I would have thought about first. And it seems like I don't know if you were finding moves and then rejecting them and coming back to them or something like that, or if...
sometimes I was dancing around them, but like in these early stages of the game, these are the moves I'm looking for.
Yeah.
How can I apply pressure? Like, what's the biggest, boldest thing I can do every turn? And this is where it starts to fall down, is I can make... If I tried to do... this is why I did the thing with the pawn, because I was like, well, this is something I know. You take that pawn and you push it forward, right?
You'll note that as we watch, this is still bouncing around. the computer is still going deeper and deeper and deeper into the game.
Wow.
Calculating at a depth of 20, 30 moves.
Yeah.
I don't know what... sorry, depth 22 that we've got at the right-hand side of the screen. It's slightly off screen for you guys, but it's just over here.
That's...
So it's looking at a depth of 22 moves. The best move it's saying is Queen E2. Just straight up, going straight down the middle line. So the computer likes to play aggressive as well.
Yeah.
Especially in this position where we have captured the 2 central pawns for nothing. Right? So we've got those empty middle lines. So what we will want to be doing in a lot of games, you'll want to like get your queen here, then you castle, you bring your rook to the center, you just charge up the middle. Yeah. Right? Because they've not developed any of these pieces. Yeah. And the best way for them to get their king out of danger would be to castle to move their king out of that central line. But they've done nothing to bring their king out of the central line, and they've given up their 2 central defenders. So all of the stuff we were doing in terms of being really attacking, charging down the middle line is very compatible with the problems the computer has caused itself early in the game. So it's not necessarily a thing that, like you would potentially... that wouldn't work in every game. But as it is, we're playing the best or second best move the computer's suggesting a lot of the time. So the next move I make here, it then makes a sensible move. What it's doing here, it could take this pawn, but then we can fork the king and the rook. And we can then take the rook for free. So it's anticipating that. So it is thinking ahead. It's It's not doing nothing. Yeah. Which is what that would be. But it's only thinking a couple of steps ahead. So this is actually the best move for them to make in this position.
That whole section. Every time I looked over there, I was like, "Oh, for God's sakes!" And I just walked away. Right, like this whole locked down area, I was like, I just left.
And that's why this is a good move. Because even though this is quite far advanced down the board, and as we get towards the end of the game, it starts to be a bigger threat for them. In the meantime, this bishop is doing very little. Yeah. And as you see, they played it quite late, but they ended up bringing a6 here to threaten this bishop. Yeah. And it's defended by the bishop and the rook there, so that this is really good to just take us out of the game. Yeah. I'm not. Do we have time to play another game? Should we walk through this whole thing? I'm wondering.
We can try to bash out. I mean, we're nearing the end, but like we started a bit late. I don't mind if we tried to bash out another one. I can try and play quicker.
Let's play another one quicker. Okay. But just real quick.
Was I the one that brought the knight out there, or did
the knight out there?
There, like.
I think you did. Okay. Yes.
That's another thing that I used to do a lot when I played chess. Was like
knights out is great.
Yeah. They were just fun.
Here, you totally could have taken the knight, but you're right. It wouldn't have done all that much that's good for us here. Yeah. Because this knight here is better than their knight here on the edge of the board. Yeah. Because this knight is controlling so much. You know, this knight is controlling. Oh, that square. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah. Or this square.
But that's an acceptable sort of like resource thing. Like I take their knight,
it would be okay. Yeah. But then they're probably gonna bring their bishop in here.
Oh.
That's actually more of a threat than the pawn.
Yeah, I didn't actually spot the bishop. There you go.
Yeah, you would do something like that presumably as a response. But still, this bishop is basically gets to be active for free, and we've weakened here. So then, after they pull this back and we do something, creative. They can then bring their queen in here, and we've taken that pawn out of that gap. So that you can actually draw defenders forward as part of the game. Anyway, that's cool. So that's a little bit of strategy. Yeah. We could do that a lot more, but let's do another game. Do we want to play as... I reckon we play as black, and we play on difficulty 2 or 3.
Oh, well, I mean, this is the last game we play, so I'm happy to, I'm happy to crank it if you want. It's up to you.
Okay, let's go up to 3, just because I think we really crushed it in that last one. So I think this will be more competitive.
Time to ruin everything.
Oh yeah, and feel free to play quick. Oh no, they're up. Ah! This computer is actually playing chess.
Wait, it's not symmetrical. I'm trying to think which one I would pull up. Oh, that's interesting. You click and it shows you the available...
Yeah, it shows you the available moves. Yeah.
I'm so used to click and drag from card games.
Getting a chess computer to be the correct amount of non-optimal seems tricky, says Crafty. Yes.
It's a good point.
The thing is that you actually artificially limit it to the number of moves forward it can look. So, for example...
me!
Yeah. So when there was that move, it was over here because they were black before, but down here when they moved that pawn, which I'm not doing now, I'm just demonstrating, that move was them thinking literally 2 moves ahead because it was takes, oh no.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What are they doing? They're doing some sort of hippo, I think.
Is that an actual term?
That is an actual term. I don't know if that's what they're doing. I just like the term hippo.
They wouldn't dare.
For reference, I tend to play against a computer on level 4 for myself, just to because that's kind of the level that I win 2/3 of the games on level 4.
This just seems like... So they go there, we go here.
Let's call the whole thing off.
Yeah, I don't know what they gain from such a ridiculous move, so I don't think they're actually threatening it. So I think we leave these two where they are. But then I'm just questioning what to do, which is probably just to throw this out here. Just get it going, maybe. Maybe I should be trying to get the queen out for some well and truly degenerate threats.
Degenerate threats. You must appreciate how difficult you make it to not comment on the things you say.
Look, you got to be good at something, and this is what I'm good at. I force people to reply to me. They don't love it. It's fine. Everything's fine. What is even happening?
This computer is developing their pieces.
Interesting. That's not what we've seen previously.
Yeah.
From this opponent, the computer.
Yeah, from this computer who was playing, but telling themselves not to think 2 moves more than 2 moves ahead. 2 or 3.
No, I don't know why I would do that. I don't know why I would do that. They just respond with that, so that's bad. That's actively bad. I don't know, just keep charging up the middle, lock down, block this. Is that bad? I'm overthinking it, so I'm just going to do it. Oh! They've detected a rail shot right down the middle of the board. Okay. Well, we are now up, it would seem.
See, the thing with 0 calculation is there's no risk of miscalculation.
Yep. It's true. Harumph. That doesn't do shit. That's awful.
I enjoy this part of the stream because I earned the right.
Oh no, you absolutely did. You absolutely did. This is fun though.
Yeah.
I hope the magic part was fun for you.
This is genuinely a more fun way of playing chess than standard chess. But I think for me, a lot of the time,
why not?
Chess is very much about I'm very rarely reactive. Well, certainly not in this way. I'm not reacting to the moves I've just made.
Yep.
But it's very interesting.
Well, it's an interesting chess puzzle, right?
Right.
How do you respond to Ryan Morrison's moves?
I really I enjoy that about it.
I was actually hoping for this sort of thing in the Magic games, and it just didn't pan out that way.
I think, I just think
it's hard to replicate, right?
They're different beasts.
Yeah, absolutely. It was never going to turn out that way, precisely. Why would we not just... I feel like, again, I'm being goozled. So I feel like I just want to swing the queen over here, eat that, and then we've got this to, you know... I mean, obviously we can't charge down there and threaten the king, but... Then again, how important is it to lock off this line? Not terribly, surely. Like, king's in that corner. But unless we're making a play for the throne... We could be. Oh? I'm thinking moves ahead. For naught, because you're going to do stuff in the interim that's better.
No, you should think moves ahead.
No, I'm just doing it. I did not expect that. That stops the thought that I had, which was to get the knight up in there. Fuckers. It's learning. That's bad. Oh man, that's a lot of this crisscross thing they've got going on with their pawns.
Yeah, it's I can't remember what it's called. I think it's something like a hippo. It's not exactly that, but
I like it, and I wish we'd done it because it is a piece of shit to run into. Look at this. Look how awful this is, man. How do people play this?
Badly sometimes.
Oh, big comment from Crafty. If you could be the cool host.
Sure. Magic is so hard because of the variable of the opponent. The computer here means the choices of your two-headed chess giant are unimpeded. I totally agree. I think that this is because we're playing against a fixed opponent. There's no risk of we just get screwed by what the opponent chooses to do or the deck they choose to run. Or I mean, if we were playing against a chess opponent, we could absolutely be screwed by the meta in certain ways. Even very low level players have some bullshit gimmicks, some real just trash.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
There's I get you know.
Yeah, sure.
People have a whole strategy where they're trying to do a thing, and I just miss it.
I think cheesing or like
cheese is
yeah. That's a term that I know from competitive StarCraft.
Right.
Which again is like absolute horseshit ways to try and win, and the thing about them is they're very like in StarCraft at least like it's not about it being the best strategy. It's about catching people off guard.
Right.
It's about tricking them into falling for it when they were trying to play a real game against a real opponent, and it just gets you wins. Right?
That's precisely it. Yeah.
Oh shit! It's my turn. What the fuck did they do?
They took our pawn in the middle.
Okay, so are they trying to push forward? Because I don't know that does... I mean, you know, they've still got this line here. So we've got that king in place. It's just threatening the damn king. I glanced over here to see if it was telling us mate in any amount, and it wasn't. And that's information that I don't like. I'm going to be honest with you.
You can not look at it if you want.
No, I'm gonna look at it. I probably still need it. But it's that thing of... Like, I can verify something without knowing why is slightly annoying.
Right.
Like, verifying a possibility without working through the steps.
It's not as helpful as you would think it is, yes.
Yeah.
Especially because it's after you've moved. So it's really only good in terms of, like, evaluation, like, after the fact, I think, a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It's not actually super helpful if, like, during the game, you're like, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's helpful in the sense that it stops me trying to think about if I can do it this turn, but I don't know that that's as enjoyable. Like, just being told, right. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, but I wanted to. Isn't the point of me to worry about that? Like, isn't the point of me to think through this stuff? Point of me playing this game. I'm getting hung up on trying to do stuff with these fucking knights, but they're the ones that are forward. Should I be marching something else up? They would be fools to take pawns with that, so this doesn't worry me yet. So maybe this is the time to start getting some of these pieces out. If I throw this up one, get the bishop in here doing work. I mean, against the queens doesn't mean shit, because, well, do we want to push it up two then? That probably not. Well, I'm thinking too much. Oh wait, that puts it in horse range. We'll do that then. As a absolute scrub tier chess player, playing against an opponent who's in the middle of this pitched skirmish, goes to the corner and moves a pawn forward one, terrifying. I'm like, why though? Like, it's not how my brain works. I'm an aggressive player of games.
I do enjoy it.
I play control in Magic. Like, why am I so aggressive? I guess it's because it's the only thing I know. If I played more chess, I would probably be a control player if I knew more about it. Do those archetypes apply?
In a sense, yes.
We might need to get to the point where you just smash out the rest of the match.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to see you just like slam this. Like,
okay.
That is not to say that you now have to take a turn, but I cede all turns to you.
Sure.
Was I doing okay?
You were doing fine. This was not a great move.
Okay.
Because it loses our rook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, didn't see that. It's right there. It's onboard tricks, man. Onboard tricks.
But I'm trying to figure out a way that we can.
You're trying to fix
essentially, yeah. It's by no means a terrible position to be in. Basically, as soon as we can get rid of this bishop, I can put my queen here and win.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
I don't actually need these knights as support anyway. They were only to stop their king from taking the queen when it gets in there because it's defended.
Yeah.
So that's why they have to run away.
Uh-huh.
But as soon as I can chase off the queen and the bishop from this diagonal, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
But they don't want to play. I mean that's good because it means that rook is now defended. But it's not ideal in terms of. I think I might want to bring my bishop up here because then I can pin the queen to the king and take the queen. So I might go for that. And see if this chess computer...
Numerically, it lost us.
Yeah. It wasn't a perfect play. I'm just trying to come up with quick, cheesy plays.
Yeah.
That might win us the game somewhat quickly.
I love it when the king gets in there.
Yeah, it's a weird game. I don't know what the hell I'm doing now. Yeah, I may now lose this. I think we're playing against too strong an opponent. Because I've tried gambits. And they don't always pay off against a computer. Because computers can see things. What I will do... I may have boned us. That's okay.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I boned us with the pawn move. I feel like I was doing okay before then.
Yeah, that was fine. I'm just trying to play really quickly.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
This is not perfect chess.
Yeah, so in the way that, while I was playing that last game of Magic, we had a little, you had a debrief. I might just sort of ramble a bit.
I'm trying to find somewhere to move this knight because it's currently under threat.
Yeah.
So I might just get it safe and rebuild. My king being in the middle is not great. And that bishop is actually a threat up this way. So I might actually... Although... Yeah, this is not ideal. Why don't I try that? Oh, interesting. I didn't expect that to work. Let's try that now. See, I know what I'm doing somewhat, and I don't know why the computer's going up and down in certain positions. What did I just blunder there? Oh, I just blundered my knight. Because now there's no way for me to move my queen in this line. I think I've just lost the game. That's alright. I can go here. That would take the king. Why did they not take? I'm missing something here.
I love that switch. Like, all you need to do is raise the computer a couple levels, and it's we're missing something as opposed to the computer is missing something.
Yeah. No, it gets really hard. I wanted this to be the hard game, but
this is great.
what am I doing? This is less fun. I liked when we were kicking their ass.
What? Decisive.
We're
apparently getting trounced.
We are.
This is a very cool website.
It's not terrible. I mean, it is.
Right now.
Right now, while we're getting our ass kicked. Yeah, the problem is because the computer, like, I can't really cheese my way out of this deficit at this point. And I'm just trying to play super quickly because I realise we're behind on time.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. But yeah, I will try to hold on. Oh, actually,
I love that.
I don't know that I will be able to hold on.
Yeah,
I think I've just lost.
That's amazing.
That's mate in 2. Fuck me.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. That's game.
Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean.
Yeah, I felt like I was okay with those early turns of mine.
What did I do? I stuffed up something worse than you just stuffed up.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. No. I should have bided my time more, but I was just trying to race through the game.
Yeah. Well, time constraints.
Yeah. But so for some reason, it hated when I did that, even though that was an attempt to fix the rook move. So what should I have done here instead? Let's go to the analysis page. This is how I will learn.
Yeah.
So at the point through here, where were we? This was before I did this ridiculous King March. Don't quite know what I was doing with the King March. But yeah. So what should I have done? It wants me to go knight d3. Knight d3. Okay. D3 or f3. Why d3? What does d3 do? Why can't the... Oh, of course. Okay. So what's going on here? The reason we're in such a good position, and the reason we thought we were doing great, this queen is tied down to defending this pawn. Right? So if this queen moves away, if we do that, and then the queen goes here, we have checkmate.
Oh.
I missed that. So this actually is winning because the queen can't come away and take this, which means this is just a straight up threat to the rook. Okay, so the rook could then potentially come over this way, but then we can start getting in here, and there's really not much recourse for the queen because we're just putting more and more pieces on this square.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there's a bunch of you could even start doing things like taking if the queen doesn't take, if you have like rook here or something like that, you could start looking at like pawn takes here or something like that.
Oh, as
that's not a good move apparently.
As Saz rightly points out, it is nearly 9 p.m. using the power of emojis.
Yeah.
This was fun.
This
was really cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that being pushed to play in this way. Basically, the way I tend to play is kind of a style of play and a level of play where basically once you've made a couple of mistakes, someone else will just pounce on it.
Yeah,
they will see the mistake that you've made and they will just go for it. And so it's kind of interesting to play a game against a level of computer where you make a certain level of mistake and it's forgiving. I actually really liked playing that. I don't think I would have liked as much playing on the level I normally play. I don't mean on the level, I mean like literally against a level 4 computer.
Yeah. I'm really glad we started with the number 1. That was so much fun. I mean, again, I tied myself in knots thinking, why the fuck would they do that?
Yeah.
But it turned out to just be buffoonery.
Oh, and if we had more time, I definitely think that working our way up 1, 2, 3, and we probably would have wavered around around 2 and 3. Honestly, I reckon we could have beaten that level 3 computer. But yeah, you're by no means a bad chess player.
I don't think far enough to feel proficient at all. Like, and it gets to a certain point, like that game where you were doing all that stuff, like it takes more headspace than I'm willing to give at the moment, certainly while tired. Like, there's no casual chess play for me mentally. Like, I see the further complexity I would want to get into, and I haven't built that in my brain, and doing that would take effort, and stuff like Magic is much easier for me because I've played it for almost 20 years. Like,
and I'm the same way with chess.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been, I've probably been playing chess for 20 years. The main thing for me there was, it's a very different style. The other thing is playing against a computer is a very different style to playing against a person. Which is very I also play with some a bunch of gambits and stuff. I also try and come up with tricks that people don't notice because they're just in a rush to win or something like that. I used to play. I will leave this last anecdote because we do need a wrap. But when I was in high school playing chess, I would absolutely just be playing mind games because I was a twerp, and before the match had started, when someone had sat down, because there's a long time, because you go on a certain time, everyone starts their games. Yeah. And so we would be sitting there, and people wouldn't talk because we're nerds. So we would just be sitting there facing each other, and I would just start staring at a point over their shoulder. I would wait until they turn around and then grab their queen. And of course, every chess match in high school starts with a handshake. So in the handshake, I would hand their queen back to them. And that was my signature gambit for many years of chess. I was not fantastic at chess, but I was good enough once I had pulled that trick on someone. And I think that is the tier of play that we have witnessed this evening as well. Look, if you want also a summary of the kind of D&D player that Justin is, I think we've just uncovered the kind of characters he likes to run. That's shenanigans from Hell to Breakfast. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us for this experiment. Mates in One was very fun. We have vague thoughts of ways we could do it again. I think the next idea would take more time. I think doing it as like an afternoon stream with a bit more flex would be better. Like, I think because like you need time for both games and the other games that we have in mind. Like this isn't a deep well we can plumb because we as people don't know enough games that are shareable in this way, that are turn based. And but anyway, we might do this again. This is a great pilot run. This was Mates in One. Yeah, I like the idea of little things we can do within just SciFiAIguy plays. Like, we don't need new assets. We can just every now and then have a laugh and just do fun, stupid bullshit. It's it was very pleasant. I enjoyed all of it. It was very good fun. Thank you, everybody. As always, feel free to like, subscribe, click the bell if you're on YouTube. That's apparently a thing. You want to do that so you find out more about what I'm doing. But yes, we'll be back next week with more Fez, which continues to be soft and lovely and cool. It should be good. And then who knows what else. I look forward to the world of the cube. Same. Will you play more chess after this stream? The time constraint is honestly the problem. But knowing that there is just a website I can go to and play level 1 and trounce a computer feels pretty good. That's the appeal for me too. That actually... I like the idea of doing a similar thing with Magic, just knowing that I can just jump in and there'll be little mini-games and stuff like that. So, a successful stream. Yeah. Alright, thanks everybody. See you next week. Go out and do something nice for yourself, for someone else. Be nice, be cool. Be cool, chat. Sounds awesome. Thanks for dropping by.